the last time this season. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Red Reality's Challenge Season 2 Squads. It is finally, we have reached another reunion. I get to crown 2 more winners tonight. Oh, we've got the final finalists popping in right now. We also have another person who was from the season, Andrew. I have invited a few others, so they might pop up. But let's get into it. Let me open my notes.
Are we allowed
to be on
now?
What?
Are we allowed to be on mute now?
You can be on mute. I would rather you be on mute unless I say something like a question. But we've had quite a season. A very what's the word? Inactive season this season. However, throughout that, we've had some great players, and they're the players that are sitting here right now. The ones who stuck around, the ones who actually played this damn game. And it's kind of sad that the other people didn't show up, but it also produced some pretty good players. I mean, we had some moments. I'm gonna talk about a few right now. So I'm gonna start with Tristan because I feel like he won't be able to talk when he gets to his house either way. So I'm gonna start with you right now, and I'm going to point out a little fun fact, a little piece of trivia about this game. Tristan currently, without being used in his pocket, like leaving the game, has 3 lifesavers. 2 from last season, and he still got 1 more this season. He had 2 this season. Tristan, would you like to touch on that subject?
Yeah, so when I was given the choice, I was like, I want to do a lifesaver, and I wanted to make sure that I actually used it. So, top 3 in that one challenge, they voted Nicole into elimination. And I was like thinking, not only are they putting 2 vets against each other, but it's also putting the last 2 Quebec representatives against each other. And I was like, I wasn't going to let that happen. So I used my lifesaver and I took Nicole out of elimination. And then when it came to choosing, originally I was like, you know what? I'm going to pick either like a strong guy. So in my mind, I was thinking either Andrew or Miles. Since Andrew was immune, I was like, all right, Miles, you're mine. Because if I lost, then at least I went out with a bang. And Miles put up a good fight.
Right, and you still had another one from the boxes. He opened the box that had the lifesaver in it. I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm excited that this is a fact or I'm pissed off that no one else got it. But it's definitely something that I can collect as part of my trivia for this game. Another interesting thing was when, well, we had a few things that happen actually, and the one fact I'm about to say kind of leads into the other one. Ashley had the willpower, which ended up saving her because there was only one other option when she did take herself off, and that was it Kayla or was it Nikki? It was Nikki. And that leads me into what I think was sort of a back and forth, almost rivalry between Nikki and Kayla. Nikki, do you want to discuss this topic?
As far as rivalry, meaning during that or which challenge was it? It was the oh my god, I can't think. The card game, the card one, high or low. Yeah, so, I mean, that was like a little rivalry like we were having. So it was like back and forth, and then it was supposed to be Ashley. She used her willpower, and then me and Kayla, and I ended up winning. So that was fun.
It did kind of feel like throughout the season, you and Kayla had your budding moments where it was like in the challenges, you tried to get each other out. However, Nikki ended up taking out Kayla. So she ultimately won that rivalry. Does that create a vendetta down the road?
Maybe.
It could. Very well could. I think that's a very interesting
I think
thing
it
to
was a
know.
Kayla for Vendettas.
Ooh. Maybe down the road we'll have a Vendetta season. It's definitely something I've been playing in my head. I don't really think there was any other like big rivalries or any big moments like that. I think the only other person I can think of was I feel like Andrew was sort of fighting the rest of the guys this season. Andrew, do you want to touch on that? Because I remember there was confessionals that was given to us that he was like, you were like, I don't remember who it was. Someone put you either out of the competition or in elimination, and you sort of said, "Well, I'll remember that."
No, I wasn't targeting other guys. I didn't really talk too much to a lot of people before I left. But the only two people I really did talk to, one of them was Manny. So I definitely wasn't going after other guys. The confessional you may be referring to is the counting one where it was a random time. It was hot potato, and Nicole said my name, and I was like, "Oh, you want to say my name? Well, I'm really good at counting, so I'll say your name right back, but not immediately."
I can hear you now.
She was over here.
Hi.
Hey, make sure
Hi, Manny's friends.
I guess he just must have added it back.
Yeah. I mean, I looked at yours. I'm like, you still have to add me.
All
So I
right.
was like,
We're gonna, yeah. So there was that. I didn't really feel like other than that, with all the inactives, there was no real reason to bring any sort of rivalry. The only two eliminations comps we had were Tristan versus Miles and Caitlyn versus Nikki, as far as I remember. If my memory serves me correctly, I don't remember if there was any other elimination competitions, which is kind of upsetting. But they were bangers for sure. I think it was very interesting because the Tristan versus Miles one was sort of in the middle of the season where there was still plenty of time in the season, and they were two of the biggest male competitors. I feel like all the male competitors this season were like what I would see as big male competitors.
To be fair, mine isn't really much for my challenge prowess. It was just like my character.
So for that to happen sort of in the middle, it's early on ish, was kind of like, okay, so there's a game being played. Okay. So yeah, and then I felt like Miles later on was gonna do pretty good if he had made it further. Yeah. What else do I want to touch on? Oh, other than the inactives, we also had two unfortunate medevacs, Andrew being one of them. Thankfully, he could be here tonight. It wasn't like he can't just show up, but he couldn't compete. So physically, it's not fair to you to keep you in the game if you can't defend yourself. So, Andrew, do you have any sort of updates that you can give us? Like,
Yeah. So I was diagnosed with lymphoma, which is lymphatic cancer, fairly early into this org. But it seemed to be fairly like manageable. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to keep going normal life. And then we kept going with CT scans and stuff like that. And it is more spread out than we thought it was. It's in my neck and in my lower abdomen and in my armpits. So we had to be a little bit more aggressive. And this is going to sound really shallow, but I was very worried about being on camera and people watching me lose my hair. It hasn't fallen out much, but I'm taking a break from orgs until I beat it and I have my hair back. So that was also one of my concerns.
Can I say something?
Go ahead, Nicole.
I do remember, and I know Andrew saw this post that I made.
this was like a day right after that episode in which you revealed that Andrew got medevac due to cancer. And I still think of this to this day, because for me, I know in the chat even today, I was like, oh my God, this one mistake I made. But to be honest, the one thing I wanted out of this reunion even more, even if I win this season, the one for me that wouldn't have mattered. I wanted an update more of Andrew more than anything, because in my opinion, Andrew 100% should have been in the finals, no doubt. Because he worked hard all season long, extremely great competitor, and just to see someone like, here's the thing, like obviously I wanted him the fuck out of the game, but I wanted it to be in a way of like he lost an elimination or he got like disqualified from a challenge. But to get meta-backed like this was truly heartbreaking. And I said in my confessional, like, there's two sides of me. Like, one that's like, I made the finals again. But most of me is just like, how can I celebrate knowing that this guy is really fighting for his life? So I'm extremely glad he's here with us. He has an update. Hopefully he's doing great. And honestly, in my mind, he's a true king and he's the true winner of the season, no matter what happens. That's just my
I agree with that.
I shit you not, me and Casey did predictions this season, and I said Andrew's either not going to show up, or if he does show up, he's going to win the entire thing. And so for this to happen, the sort of like third realm of the situation, that night I had to sit down and like just breathe because I was going to lose it. It's like, even with this season being mainly inactives, for the rest of you who actually work here and gave your heart to this game, it means so much to me, being someone who wants to create a game of people who want to play and want to be here. And Andrew wanted to be here.
Oh, no doubt.
And it sucks that he couldn't, but I swear to God, the moment we find out that he's okay, he's coming back regardless. He's already cast for whatever season that may be. Even if I'm not doing the challenge anymore, like it could be anything, and he's cast.
Like,
so no application needed. Just say you're back, and I will let you in.
Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna make a bold prediction right now. Had Andrew made it to the finals and somehow it was a 4-way final challenge between us four, I'm gonna be completely honest, with the challenges that we had to do, I would actually put money on Andrew to win the game on this challenge. Because I feel like he could have done really, really well here.
He would have, especially with this challenge. I feel like he would have crushed it.
Yeah, he would have crushed us.
He would have won.
Yeah,
like, he would have been. He would have pulled
together. Couldn't beat him. Probably.
He would have pulled a Marvin easily. So.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
And I definitely felt like he did pull a Marvin, even when he didn't make it to the final. He sort of played. I want to say he played like people knew he was there, but he didn't overwhelmingly make himself a threat. People started to realize it later on in the game when it was kind of too late. And had he made it to the end, I think he would have gone through the physical stuff very easily. And I think he could have also repeated Marvin's no wrong answer trivia question thing. I think out of everything that would have happened, I like, Andrew, you say no. Marvin said the same thing. He said, I'm not going to do well at this at all. And he got all of them right. So, yeah,
I mean, everyone.
Sorry, Jess.
It's okay. I was gonna say, I mean, last season everyone thought I was gonna win, and then I ended up like of the 3 guys in the final, I ended up getting 3rd. So
let's get to the journey, shall we? That's a perfect little transition into the finalists. I mean, we have Tristan, who's back from last season, who everyone thought was gonna win and didn't. And this is his chance for redemption. Nicole, the person who people thought he was going to get first boot, He's back in the finale. He's back in the finale, and he's back to
I'm
show like
really
what he
hungry
can
for this.
do.
I
Um,
watch my heart off every day.
and then the final vet, Gabby, who also made it to the finale. All three of you, everyone who came back this season was in the finale, and y'all did it again. So
Kayla,
that
but
says
you got
something.
really close.
Like even when
Yeah.
there was the chance of, let's say, Gabby going into the that elimination comp, she was safe, so no one could touch her. So like that, there was that. And then we have our newbies. Manny, who is someone who I see as someone playing the challenge and killing it, and that's exactly what he did. Ashley, I've known Ashley for a little while. I love her. I love working with her. So for her to be here, it means the world to me.
Love you, teammate.
She was someone similar to like Brittany in the sense like I've known them for a while and I've idolized them. Brittany let me down. Ashley didn't. She proved that she could make it here. And Nikki,
Thank
who
you for
I didn't-
having me.
of course. And Nikki, who I didn't even know before the season. But again, that's what I said about Kayla last season. So it's anyone's game. I say
I
it's
am.
time we open that slideshow, Casey.
I think I know how I'm gonna
Feel
do.
who
but-
win.
All right. Red Rallies and Challenge squads. We started with four squads of 4, something like that.
Yeah.
And we're down to final 6. Let's reveal who made 3rd place. The 3rd place people,
Third place, I know it.
the people who are 3rd place will be receiving 5,000 points added to their bank that they had this season. Before we get into who is 3rd place, I'm actually going to go over who has what for the score right now. If I could pull it up. So for our finalists, McCall already has 1,500 in the bank. Gabby has 1,850. Manny has 600. Nikki has 250. Tristan has 3,000. Ashley unfortunately could not get a win, so didn't get any money. And that's where we stand. Now these people will be getting another 5,000 on top of their score. Casey, who did you start with? The females or the males?
Females.
Okay, so in 3rd place, did you have the time on there or should I read that? Because I can read that.
I don't have the time now.
Okay, so with a time of 9 minutes and 36 seconds is Gabby.
Damn.
Gabby, unfortunately,
That flip cup challenge, those
It
cup
was-
questions was a kill.
it was the cups for sure. Because you had them on your bed, which is a very uneven thing. I was surprised you didn't like bring it down to the floor and try to do it there.
I
Definitely
I don't know what I was thinking.
But I mean, you still made it to the final. This is nothing to be upset about. And I mean, you still did it. You're still here. So 3rd place. 3rd place male. Let me get
Tristan
the-
said it was him again.
I think I am.
The 3rd place male is McCall.
Oh no! Wow.
With 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And this is why. Obviously, we know the obvious reason as to why, but it was more, it wasn't even that. I don't even think those answers were correct. We can go over the trivia questions afterwards. But you tried to book Kayla for a lot of those, and I don't even think she was in any of those answers. Maybe one of them. So you would have maybe had an extra 20 seconds. But I will say right now, the other 2 guys were a lot more ahead of you in when it comes to this. Actually, fun fact. So the girls, it was close, but with the guys, it was 1 second difference.
I knew. I actually thought that it was going to be 1 second
It
between
was a
somebody. And I'm
1
like,
second difference. Now we will get to that in a minute. McCall,
oh no.
Gabby, 3rd place. Nothing to scoff at because you still are on that leaderboard. And I mean, if anything, you're top 10. You're top 10 players.
God.
And there's more seasons to come. You still have so many opportunities to be able to get a win. This is just the beginning of my work. All right.
Yeah, I think you guys will get a win at some point.
So we're gonna get into second place. I feel like we should have gone over this a little bit quicker because I feel like
Can I say something real quick before we do this? The second place thing.
Oh, all right. What was that, Manny?
Okay, so nobody really knew this, but coming into this season, me and fucking Tristan were like not really beefing, but we weren't on the best of terms, right?
Right.
Oh yeah,
And-
that's right.
So I just want to say congrats to whoever is first place. Either me or him, just want to say congrats because it wasn't fucking easy.
All right.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, Manny,
course.
if I lose, like if I win against you, like of course that would be awesome. But if I lose to you, like I can handle that because you are an awesome player.
All right. So I will be revealing second place. Obviously, that'll tell who got first. I'm not worried about that. We'll start with the girls. Again, I'm pretty sure, right, Casey? Ashley got second place, which means Nikki won this season.
Congrats,
Um,
Nikki.
Good job, Nick.
Ashley got a score of 4 minutes and 55 seconds. And
You took out a champ and you became a champ.
Nikki's overall score was 4 minutes and 17 seconds. And before you switch the slide, let me get through what I have to get through first. So again, 1 second difference between these two men. They both got the same amount of questions wrong, and I will say this overall, all of you got at least 3 wrong. So none of you did good at this.
I knew I did bad, but
So the different times we have 3 minutes and 40 seconds and 3 minutes and 39 seconds. 1 second difference. The person who is in second place and receiving 20,000 also actually got 20,000 points, just so you know. Person receiving 20,000 points. So their score on the Red Reality leaderboard is Manny, which means Tristan is first place and
Good job,
gets
Tris.
50,000 points overall.
oh
which means
my
Nikki
god, I
also
thought I got
gets
third.
50,000 overall.
Congrats, Tristan and Nikki.
You can
Good
get
job.
to the slide. Nikki representing Survivor Game Show Network and Tristan representing Quebeca, both getting wins in my org. And they both get 50,000 to their overall Red Reality leaderboard.
Oh my god. Nikki, congrats to you because you deserve it.
Thanks,
Um,
congrats. Yeah.
So
And Manny,
real quick,
good game to you, buddy.
real quick before
There
we
he
go
goes.
to the spoiler for the next season, we won't get to that right now. I gotta go over this real first. So I have calculated like the total points, and we do have a leaderboard. So this leaderboard does consist of any points that you receive in any of my games, which right now only consists of the challenge and Lipstick Legacy. So the overall leaderboard, there's 12 people on my leaderboard right now who have points. The person who is technically last, but not really because there's a lot of people who have 0, with his overall win in a competition that did give him this point. I don't know if you got the 1 win or if you got 2 wins, but it's 1,000. Andrew is in 12th place right now. The 11th place is another person who played this season but didn't get their points from this season. They got their points from Lipstick Legacy. Lydia is in 11th. In 10th place with, I believe, 2 wins overall. If that's, I didn't really calculate how they got these points by the win, but the person who played this season, Miles, is in 10th place. The winner of Lipstick Legacy is in 9th place with 5,000 points, and that's Barbie. In 8th place with 5,000 because they got 3rd place last season is Gigi. The person in 7th place with 20,000, so that's a weird jump right there. 5,000 to 20,600 points is Manny. In 6th place with 26,500 points is Nicole. In 5th place with just that much more, 26,850 due to their wins this season, Gabby. In 4th place, the winner of last season, Marvin, with 50,000. With 50,250 points is the winner of this season, Nikki. With 51,000 points with their win last season and their one competition win this season, Kayla. And that means number 1 overall with 58,000 is Tristan.
Awesome.
Am
So
I
that's
not
where
on the
all of you-
board?
Actually, no, you didn't. Oh, wait, did I not put you on the board? Oh, then you would be right in between. You would technically be 8th place. I got that wrong. I legit just did this like 20 minutes ago or before we started the live. So you would be actually Ashley is 8th with 20,000. That's why I didn't remember, because I didn't have your you didn't win a competition. You didn't get the chance to win a competition, but you did get 2nd place overall. So there's that. Am I missing anything? Oh, I do have another discussion question after we reveal the little teaser. I didn't get around to this, but it will help me overall after this. So let's get to the teaser of what next season will hold. Red Realities, The Challenge, Chain Reaction. So this season, not only will it obviously have a new format, but it will be a gender fluid season. Meaning guys can take on girls, girls can take on guys. Anything is possible. Reason being, I've been told to try this method, so I'm going to be trying it to see if it brings better results. And if it doesn't, I will come back to this normal version of this game. But I did want to try this out. And the formatting is going to be very fun. But I don't want to reveal too much right now. So applications will be opening right after this live. And yeah, any thoughts?
Oh God.
I mean, I had a great time. Like, this season for me was harder than last season, but congrats to the other finalists for their hard work. And even though I won, like, I still want to dedicate this win to Andrew, because Andrew, you are awesome, man. Like, and I do hope you come back for another season someday.
We do love you, Andrew.
I really loved meeting everyone in this cast. And I mean that with all sincerity, even though I wasn't always the most talkative. And I was so glad to be a part of it. It sucks how I left, but in my time here, I won a challenge and I won an elimination, albeit by default. And I will definitely, after I beat cancer, return for another one of these and win. And I'm
He
really
said
excited
and
for that.
win. All right. I did want to ask another question. So I did also have like different mechanics I added to the season, like the winning overall, adding points to your total. Did that influence you wanting to play this game more? Did this help at all? Did you think it was tedious?
You want to know my opinion?
Of course.
For me, it was about redemption, and I'm don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic for Tristan because I know how much this means to him. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of crushed.
Yeah, that's. But
I mean,
that
if I
does-
didn't win, I was hoping you would win, man.
But that does bring you the drive to want to come back and maybe get some more redemption. That's what the challenge is about. It's about playing multiple times and trying to get a better result. However, I just want to know what, like, did the points, the winning totals, did that ever make you want to play harder? It definitely seemed like people did want to play harder.
That's what it was for me. It was the fun of the game.
Yeah. I definitely
I'll say the
I
same
think-
as me. I'll say the same as McCall. Like, I wanted to play hard because not so much for the points, but because I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it.
and you did. You definitely did that. I think one of my favorite moments was definitely the cup endurance competition. I loved hosting that. And Nikki and Kayla and Tristan fucking crushed it. Without like all of you did so well, but it was the fact of how far they went blew my mind because I couldn't do that. I promise you I would be first out. Like
My favorite challenge.
so there
Yeah,
was
it's
that.
one of my favorites too.
Other than this final being one of my favorite moments because I feel like this is something I can do for longer and it will last. All right. Is there anything you would like to see in this game? Maybe something that would help me later down the road.
I'd like to see the kind of gold skull kind of thing where you have to go into an elimination to get to a final. I think that puts added pressure onto it and kind of changes the game a bit.
Right. I would love to do a skull season. For me, though, that kind of falls under the category of format. So that would have to be with a specific season. If I did like Total Madness, or if I did a season that I felt required such. I don't see that as a main format thing. I feel like that's definitely just a like special season sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know what else I was gonna say. I definitely do want to do that season though. I love the gimmicky, like I want to do vendettas, I want to do Total Madness, I want to do Spies, Lies, and Allies. But I'm pushing it back at least past season 5. I want to do the first 5 seasons being like authentic. And I feel like these first 2 seasons definitely proved that. I also feel like we started off kind of rocky, at least for me as a host. I felt like it was sort of rough around the edges, but as time moved on, it got better. And I'm hoping that in like at least next season, I can start off stronger. Vets are welcome to apply for next season. Andrew, if you find anything out sooner than that, like you're welcome. I know that's probably not gonna happen.
You might see me competing in a hat. You don't know. Like,
you know,
I might get a wig. I've been thinking about it.
Get a wig, just sort of like get a toupee. I don't know. But
I mean,
apps are open to
I'm sure Vinny
anyone.
can give you good tips on how to rock a wig.
We don't talk about that. Definitely vets are welcome. I want to get newbies. I want to just get people to apply. At the end of the day, I want people to apply, spread the word. I'm going to be posting on as many groups that I can. And yeah, so I'll be sending that out. I'll probably drop the application in the main chat for you guys if you guys want to, send it to people. Otherwise, yeah, that's been the finale.
Do you want to talk
The
about
reunion.
our predictions we made and who won?
Oh, yes, I do want to do that because that is some tea right there.
Cause
Y'all are gonna hate us, but it's fine. Y'all are gonna hate me. Casey beat me. That's all I can say. Casey beat me by a lot. Casey won the predictions this season. Just to put that in the record books, Casey beat me. So we're gonna start. I'm just gonna go down the list. We got 1 point if there was like 1 off, but 3 points if you got it right on. So in 9th place we had Brittany and Colin. I was hoping they would play a little bit better, but I believe me and Casey both put Joven in last place, which is weird. I didn't think I'd put him in last place until I actually looked it over. Because he applied last season and didn't make it, so I figured maybe he would want to play. But he did make it a little bit farther than we had expected, so that's always a good thing. And then Casey said Jill, I said Diane. I was very wrong about Diane, but it's fine. And so there was that. In 8th place, we had Joven and Lydia. I personally thought Lydia was going to do very well, and I feel like she flopped. She sort of let the game get to her. I feel like she took a lot of things personal. I still love her. I thought she had a lot of potential. I put her in, what place did I put her in? I put her in 3rd place. So there's that. Okay, so I put Jill and Andrew in 8th place. Like I said Andrew was either not going to show up or he was going to show up, period. I knew I was probably wrong, but I wanted to take a gamble. Casey put Diane and Sean Groves. So that was interesting.
Be honest, Sean usually doesn't do that well in games. No offense if you actually ever watch this, Sean, which you probably won't, but like, am I wrong for putting
Casey,
him?
I can agree.
Casey,
No, you're not wrong.
Casey, he's watching right now. I made him watch tonight. So
Okay, well.
we love you, Sean, but like, yeah, I don't know. I didn't know if this was going to be your game. 7th, we had Brendan and Jill leaving. I had Heather and Callum. I wasn't too far off, so it's fine. And Casey had Heather and Andrew. I think both of us agreed Andrew was either just gonna play the damn game or he wasn't gonna show up. And he played the damn game, so we were both very wrong about that.
Wait, did you give me 3 points for Heather? Because didn't I get Heather right on?
No, Heather is next. Heather and Miles got 6.
Oh, I thought Heather was there. You just said Heather.
This is gonna be my biggest fuck up because I was very wrong about this. I ranked mine based on if everyone showed up. And I put Gabby and Nicole in 6th place. So I love you guys. But
Us, Brittany, so little faith.
one, I was again ranking on it if everyone showed up, and I feel like a lot of the other people are fucking dominant. And Gabby continues to prove me wrong when it comes to winning stuff. And I just felt like this season, Gabby and Nicole were going to fall victim to, oh, there's less vets than there are newbies. We need to take them out. That didn't happen. So, and I think Casey was right on with Miles.
I was.
Lydia was the other one, and that was not right. Not sorry about it. Sean and Diane were 5th. I put Nikki and Manny, which again, very wrong. I don't even know why I put them there. I just felt like I was so sure about my top 3. So I just sort of went with it. I actually had a storyline for Tristan. We'll get to that. Casey put Brendan and Gabby. Again, very wrong. But I don't know. That 5th place was kind of a weird spot for both of us. Andrew and Kayla, 4th place. Also, I determined Diane was 5th over Andrew being 4th. I don't even remember how I determined that. I just remember I figured out a way to go about it. I think it was because we were about to do a girls' night and that didn't happen. Andrew and Kayla were 4th. 4th place, I had Ashley and Sean. I felt like Ashley was gonna kind of get Anissa, like she was gonna get the Anissa cut, where she was gonna be put into the last available battle and lose, and that didn't happen. Ashley used her
Almost
power.
did. It almost happened.
It almost happened. That didn't happen, and I thought Sean was gonna get farther just because I felt like if Sean actually played, he was either gonna get last because he talked too much, or he was gonna get farther in the game because he's that bitch. Casey did Callum and Nikki. Very wrong.
Yeah, well.
But I don't know.
Well,
If
sort
Callum
of.
had played, I still feel like you were very wrong about Callum, because if Callum had played, he still wouldn't have made it that far. I don't think Callum's a physical character. He's definitely a social player. And then we have our top 3. So in 3rd place, I had Lydia and Brendan. if
Very
Brendan
wrong.
if Brendan had showed up, I felt like he could have actually competed, but
You
clearly
were
not.
very wrong.
And I thought Lydia was gonna be like that newbie that fucking killed it, and that didn't happen. Third place for Casey was McCall and Kayla. Close. Got right on with McCall, and Kayla was fourth place, which was I expected Kayla to. We'll get to that. And then here comes my storyline. So obviously I had Brittany in second because I thought Brittany would have played and killed shit because she's played a lot of challenge games. I've seen her play. She's really good. And then I put Tristan in second, and here's why. I thought Tristan would make it to the finale and fall short again, just because it's there. Just because Tristan tried so hard, and he would just right there, and it would drive him to come back for a third season and win. But that didn't happen.
I mean, I would still come back anytime.
But I got a point for that, so it's fine. And then Casey also put Tristan in second, probably for the similar reason, and Brittany. So we both had that one the same. And then first place, I had Miles, because I know Miles as being a competitive threat. He's really good in competition, so I thought this would be his game. And I had Kayla winning again, because, yeah, but Nikki killed that, and she proved to me why I shouldn't underestimate some people. And then
I mean,
Casey,
Kayla's a beast.
and Casey had second place and first place, Manny and Ashley. So there's that. I was very, very wrong, and I knew it as we were going out throughout the season. I'm like, I'm not going to win this, because these people are actually showing up and they're actually proving that. And Nikki, I didn't know you. I didn't know how you played, so I just kind of was like, I don't know.
That's fair.
I didn't know how the game's gonna play. I mean, Kayla still fucking killed it. She was there. And if Nikki had fucked up in that duel just one time, Kayla would have had it, because she was right behind you. She was one cut behind you. So that was probably, if I had to rate duels, that has to be my favorite right now, for sure. But yeah, that was our predictions. We'll probably continue to do predictions, because I think
Final
predictions
score?
are fun.
Question
Oh,
mark?
5 points for Vinny, 12 points for Casey. Casey wins. We'll probably add Ashley. We're adding Ashley. Why am I forgetting? What
King?
the fuck am I doing? That's what I thought, but then I was like, I also have another friend who kind of goes by that same last name, so I kind of just slipped my mind for a minute. Ashley will be joining us from last season. She will be on production, and she'll probably join us in predictions. She'll join us on lives. We'll do a lot more here. And I'm excited for next season. I like this. I like the format. When it comes to the gender fluid idea, I feel like it's gonna show to be very unfair to certain extents. I feel like there's gonna be moments when someone who won't be able to compete against another person is gonna get put into a battle and get destroyed. But again, people continuously prove me wrong. So I hope that happens next season. And I hope it pushes people to be active, because every night you could go. So that's that. I actually had the thought of doing a duo season. That might be season 4, but we'll get to that. That's all I have for you. Good night, everyone.